Why is modern dating so hard for women?
Because boys be cheating.
That's why?
Yes, boys ain't shit.
Why do you feel that way?
Because I've witnessed it, I've seen it, and it is true. Like
how is it true? Give me an example.
I hate to say it, but all men are the same.
How are all men the same?
Because when they like what they see, they go after it, whether you are in a relationship or not.
You don't think a dissatisfied woman would do the same thing?
Women will. I can agree to that. Women will.
So, with that being said, I could say all women are the same too, right?
Technically, yes.
But how would you feel if I compared you to the next Asian chick that walked down the block?
Okay, I can say. Okay, so it actually depends on the person.
Candy?
You already know if I'm going to take it?
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antione Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turning on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video. I have plenty of videos on my channel, over 500. Some of them are shorts, maybe a good 70 of them are shorts, but definitely about 500 of them is full-length videos. Some of them I have to do over, some of them I might delete. Something else I want to add. Also, all people are welcome. Men, women, other nationalities, races, because this impacts us all. Now, I'm really talking from the man's perspective, but I'm trying not to women bash here. But at the same time, I have to be honest. So if you want some honesty, women, and you don't want the Steve Harvey treatment telling you what you want to hear, then this is the place to be. Today's video is definitely slated for men. How to tell if your woman is trustworthy. 11 things to look for in a woman that will deem her non-trustworthy. For the men, not sure how the title is going to be because I am sampling another video that was talking about this particular thing right here, and I'm just going to add my 2 cents. There's about at least half of it I totally live. Then the other half of it can kind of go up in the air, but I'll explain more on that later. So let's begin.
In today's video, I'm going to reveal the 11 types of women you should definitely avoid trusting or respecting if you want to maintain your peace of mind and avoid future problems. Recognizing these types can be the difference between a peaceful relationship and a life filled with stress and regrets. Believe me, some of these types are more common than you might think, and if you don't learn to spot the signs now, you might find yourself trapped in an emotional pitfall that will be hard to escape. This can have serious consequences for your personal life and even your self-esteem. I'll give you a heads up that number 11 is the most unusual and, in my opinion, the worst of them all, and it might change the way you perceive certain behaviors. Unfortunately, it often goes unnoticed by most men. So, don't miss any details and stay until the end, because in addition to identifying these types of women, I'll also show you the 3 attitudes you must avoid at all costs. These attitudes can make you appear as a complete pushover, which is definitely not what you want to be. And here's the crucial point. Imagine discovering, right at the end of this video, a common behavior in your wife that you may be ignoring now, but that could, if you don't act quickly, ruin your entire life forever. You've probably seen those unhappy relationships where the man seems trapped, suffocated by constant arguments, mistrust and manipulation, not knowing how to break free. Imagine if, without realizing it, you are heading straight into that scenario right now, ignoring signs that could be right in front of you. And worse, if you don't act now, you could end up living a life full of regrets, stuck in a relationship that destroys your peace of mind and erodes your self-esteem day by day. But before you fall into this trap, I'm going to reveal what's truly at stake. These 11 types of women, from the first to the last, are what you should avoid at all costs. And numbers 2, 5, 8, and 11 in particular could be the most devastating of all. If you don't know how to handle them, your life could take a turn for the worse in the blink of an eye. Want to know how to protect your heart and mental health? Then stay with me until the end, because what I'm going to share could be the difference between living a life of freedom or being stuck in an endless cycle of pain and regret. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that like button and turn on notifications. Without further ado, let's get started. First, the careless one. Carelessness is a trait that, when present in a woman, raises serious doubts about her reliability. Careless people often act impulsively, without considering the consequences of their actions for others. A lack of discernment and the inability to reflect before acting can lead to harmful situations for everyone involved. Careless individuals frequently ignore the emotions and needs of others, acting in a selfish and indifferent manner.
Let's be honest here, men. A lot of us get suckered into this one in different ways. I'll be honest with myself that, to me, that is the damsel in distress. And I guess if it fulfills a need in me that she needs me to help her to be there. And I think deep down, low key, men, well, not all men, but men like to feel needed from their woman. So I think all women have this to a certain degree. Just some of them, okay. I believe, what's that saying I usually say? I say, too much of anything is bad. So if she is always getting into big, huge situations, like she blew her money for her college tuition that she has to pay, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do," and she knew that payment was coming up. Now, I've seen women in action get men to come to the rescue with this type of thing. No, it wasn't me, but I was with women that in the early part of our relationship when we was dating, they would turn to a dude to help them pay something that they knew they had to pay, but yet they didn't because they probably knew it would be somebody there to come to the rescue. Don't be that dude. However, if a woman is trying her best and she's impulsive in that way of like, okay, I'm going to fix the car or I'm going to do it myself, and then she discovers she can't do it herself, but she at least tried to do it, then I think that's not too bad of a thing. But you gotta watch that impulsive thing when women have that.
This lack of empathy can result in harmful decisions and impulsive behaviors that negatively affect personal and professional relationships. Trusting someone who displays carelessness can expose you to unnecessary risks and instability, as their actions typically lack reflection and consideration. Before continuing, an important notice. Have you ever imagined sending a magnetic text message to a woman and generating in her an uncontrollable desire to be with you just...
Wait a minute, stop. They are selling something right here, some sort of text magic that would make the woman want you more. Ignore those. We are going to fast forward like a mofo right now.
Second, the deceitful one. Women who are prone to deception undermine ethical foundations and moral commitments, easily putting you in delicate situations. Deception can manifest in various forms, from manipulating circumstances to deliberately breaking agreements and promises. Such individuals can expose you to financial, professional, and even personal risks. Trust is based on honesty, and a deceitful person often breaks that trust by acting dishonestly in both personal and professional matters. Trusting someone prone to deceit is an invitation to disappointment and disillusionment. A deceitful person typically seeks personal gain at the expense of others, compromising the integrity of relationships. Third, the confrontational one. A confrontational woman is someone who exhibits a constant tendency towards confrontations and arguments, requiring careful consideration when it comes to trust. This type of explosive and argumentative personality can create a toxic and stressful environment around her, making it difficult to maintain a healthy and stable relationship. Confrontational people often seek out arguments, whether over trivial matters or more serious issues. Their outbursts of anger and tendency to create unnecessary conflicts can drain the patience and emotional energy of those around them. Trusting someone with a constant inclination for conflict can result in an emotionally exhausting journey, undermining peace and harmony in the lives of those who interact with her.
Okay, this is another one of those where excess is bad. You have to have balance here. And I know a lot of women will hear this and say, oh, they just want women that they can just walk all over and we don't say anything. Okay, there is a segment of men that do want that, but having dated a woman with a strong personality, meaning that she would say what's on her mind. Sometimes she might hold it in, but when she hold it in, you can see with her body language, her face, that she's about to say something. Now, in a way, I like that about her because I had a woman that was really more like me, going along with the flow, being calm. But when she broke up and she delivered the boom, I had no idea it was coming because she acted like everything was okay. Whereas the woman that was more assertive would say, hey, I don't like that girl. Hey, I don't like you liking another woman's photo. Yes, that is drama. But I'd rather she do say what's on her mind instead of her building it behind the scenes, talking to somebody else, even though that woman that may be exploding on you will probably be doing the same thing. But when I look at both breakups, the one that was constantly being a drama, I wasn't surprised we broke up, but the one that it seemed like everything was going okay, I was totally surprised. So I don't want a woman that's always bitching and complaining, because then I start feeling like, then I must not be the one for you. Because if you was with the man that you really wanted to be with, you would not keep being a total B. And with the woman that's acting like laid back, not really saying what's on her mind, being a lot more passive aggressive, you can find out later in divorce court that she was never happy. Okay, so I want a balance of the two right here. Every day doesn't have to be rainbows and sunshine, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be thundering and lightning every day neither. Just be honest. Don't hold stuff in, but be good to me. Basically, I couldn't think of anything else to say.
Fourth, the defamatory one. This type of woman is someone who spreads falsehoods, divulges lies, and creates harmful narratives to damage others, often driven by envy, resentment, or simply the desire to cause harm. Trusting someone with this reputation can bring negative consequences for both your image and your emotional integrity.
So what if I start a rumor that you're a pedo?
You're literally going to stoop that low to start a rumor that I'm a pedo? That's not even something you joke about.
Yeah. Well, you broke my heart, so now I'm going to ruin your career.
Okay, first of all, I don't even know, like, I'm not scared because I know that's not going to work. Like, how would you...
How would it not work? How would it not work?
Well, first of all, I'm recording this, so I'm just going to post it so everyone knows that you're lying.
Scared. It's just going to flop like all your other posts. It's going to get 2 views, and then you're going to get embarrassed, and you're going to delete it, so no one will see it. I'm not scared. So what if I start a rumor?
Fifth, the irresponsible one. An irresponsible woman represents a clear risk to trust in any relationship. A lack of commitment and difficulty in taking responsibility for her failures are clear signs that trusting her could lead to negative outcomes. Neglecting to offer help, failing to keep promises, and refusing to face the consequences of her own mistakes are characteristics that indicate instability and danger. Additionally, irresponsibility often reflects a lack of maturity and self-control. Individuals who do not take responsibility tend to blame others for their own errors, creating an environment of distrust.
Wow. Was definitely with that one. And I did not know that had so many nuances to that particular personality. But some of them definitely stood out right there. Not giving help. You see me struggling with something, and women are the first one to say, my partner. She's not saying, oh, this is my man, my caretaker. All that stuff is his responsibility. No, they'll say partner because they want that. They want us to appear to be equal. And yes, I know the brunt of the responsibility falls on my shoulders. But if you're supposed to be my woman, my backbone, and you see me struggling, then you're supposed to help. And like I said, my ex-wife, she was the type that if I was in a fight with a dude, she would jump in and try to start fighting the dude. Now, truthfully, I did not want her to help me in that kind of way, but that always surprised me. But if I was struggling financially, even if it was just with her curbing her spending, not spending as much, she would not do it. She would just keep on doing what she does. Okay? And that's why it always made me think that she was talking to other people. And she would deny, no, that's not true. Well, if that was not the truth, then that's actually worse. That means I misjudged your character. And you was worse than what I thought. Let's continue.
Sixth, the pessimist. Being around a woman who is constantly pessimistic, frequently critical, endlessly complaining, or adopting a defeatist mindset means being close to someone with a negative energy. These individuals tend to find problems in any solution, which makes it challenging to build healthy and productive relationships. Persistent pessimists emit heavy energy and can create a toxic environment where pessimism and discouragement become contagious to everyone around them. Trusting someone who constantly focuses on the negative can affect your own mindset and emotional well-being. Seventh, the hypocritical and deceitful. Hypocritical and deceitful women are like social chameleons, changing their appearance as it suits them. When they turn their backs on you in public, they demonstrate falsehood and betrayal, showing interest only in benefiting from the relationship when it is convenient for them. This behavior suggests a profound lack of integrity, indicating that the trust placed in them is fickle and dependent on circumstances. If someone behaves this way, it is wise to keep a safe distance to avoid future disappointments and headaches. Eighth, the cruel. Cruel women are like social chameleons, changing their appearance as it suits them. When they distance themselves from you in public, they show falsehood and betrayal, revealing interest only in their own benefit when it is convenient. This behavior demonstrates a deep lack of integrity, indicating that the trust placed in them is unstable and subject to circumstances. If someone acts this way, it is prudent to maintain a safe distance to avoid future disappointments and problems.
No worries, I always avoid this one. Because of my rejection when I was younger, of course, yes, that was middle school, but because of that hard rejection, because I was not the type of man or the type of boy that those girls wanted, once I became older, I was like, whatever certain things I did not like about a woman, no matter what she would say or whatever shaming language that she would use. Oh, you can't handle a strong woman, or you can't handle a certain type of woman. I would just ignore it and be like, okay, fine. I can't. And I don't want to. I should not have to handle you.
Ninth, the alert of personal intuition. When your intuition gives you a warning signal, it is crucial to pay attention to this natural self-protection alert. Women you cannot trust often provoke an uncomfortable feeling when you are around them. This sensation may manifest as inexplicable fatigue, a sense of exhaustion, or even a frightening discomfort that you cannot fully understand. Our body and mind have the ability to detect signals that we often ignore. Just as we feel negative effects when consuming something harmful, being around untrustworthy people can generate this strange feeling, signaling that something is out of alignment with reality. 10th, third-party warnings. When friends and family express concerns about a woman, it is essential to listen to these observations attentively. Often, a clear sign that someone is untrustworthy is when people close to you raise issues about this person. These alerts might mention problematic past relationships where others distance themselves due to harmful behaviors, questionable attitudes, and actions of the person in question. The untrustworthy individual often downplays these past issues, blaming the ex-partner, a manipulation strategy that also serves as a clear warning sign for potential future problems.
I don't know about this one right here, because sometimes the third party, your friends, unless if it's like your best friend, because your best friends are usually a reflection of who you are. They may see something because they're around you and that person a little bit more. They may see something that you don't see. But random people, and they could be correct. But I always question people depending on the person. Let's say I'm with a real beautiful woman, and there are men saying, oh, I don't know, I probably wouldn't date her because she draws too much attention or she dresses a certain kind of way. Now, depending on what he means by she dresses a certain kind of way, I might see that. But I've been on this earth enough to see that sometimes those people that's telling you not to date that particular person, they want them. Okay? They trying to holler at them. So I don't know about that one. Definitely, that's like depending on the situation, depending how close you and your friends are, and if that person is around your friends. And that's also saying that you are around the right people yourself, because you could be around negative people and that person is trying to get you to do better. So this one's a little
11th, women who drink uncontrollably. Trust is essential in any relationship, but dealing with women who lose control when drinking can compromise that trust. Women who become uncontrollable under the influence of alcohol often exhibit irresponsible, unpredictable, and even dangerous behaviors. They may become aggressive, say or do things they later regret, and endanger their own safety and that of others with impulsive actions. Alcohol can lower inhibitions, leading them to share private information about themselves and others, or act in impulsive and risky ways. Therefore, it is crucial to be alert to these signs. Now let's look at the 3 attitudes you should avoid, as they can make you a manipulable fool. Fear of saying no. People who face a persistent fear of saying no often find themselves overwhelmed with unnecessary responsibilities, leading to the devaluation of their time and energy. Being excessively agreeable. Adopting an excessively complacent and agreeable stance can be problematic, as this attitude paradoxically undermines the respect others have for us. Individuals who constantly avoid saying no and place others' needs above their own may be perceived as lacking in opinion and even fragile. This constant pursuit of approval rarely results in gaining respect. On the contrary, it can lead to feelings of insecurity and anxiety, lack of assertiveness, refraining from expressing personal opinions and values to avoid conflicts, or due to an inability to know when to walk away significantly, compromises one's emotional health and well-being. Persisting in harmful environments, whether due to a false sense of obligation or fear of change, can result in ongoing disrespect and cause significant harm. Recognizing when it's time to leave is not a sign of weakness, but rather of wisdom. Trust is a valuable treasure, and it is our responsibility to protect it by carefully selecting whom we place our faith in. It's not enough to observe superficially. It's crucial to understand the true nature of those who genuinely deserve our trust and those who are willing to betray it. If you liked this content, leave a like, subscribe to our channel, and share.
Well, this video was mostly on point. And who's the creator of this? Bella Monroe. Not sure if that's her voice. It sounds like it's AI generated, but either way, it is a well done video. There are some things here that I believe is a case by case basis, depending on the situation. And I already stated that previously in the video. So use your own discernment and apply it to your own situation right there. However, those 3 things that she said with personalities that men do, well, decent or good men do to keep themselves in a bad situation. I will say with me, it was always knowing when to walk away. Sometimes I would kind of let things fall apart to extent to let them leave, because I guess it's kind of hard for me. Now, don't get me wrong here. I'll leave if it's getting too toxic and is no good time there. I think one of the reasons why I stayed with my ex-wife as long as I did was it was good times, it was toxic, and the sex was good. And it was that cycle. Good times, toxic, sex, good, good times. So kept repeating that particular thing. Now, her mistake is once we broke up and the sex was removed, and it was just the and the good times was removed. It was only the toxic to remain. And then I was able to really see through the fog and be like, damn, what the hell am I doing? And some of that was loyalty as well, because I know she didn't leave me at certain low points. So I didn't want to just leave her. Could it be fair change as well? Maybe so. But I like to think is a little bit of that loyalty thing with a person when they have showed me something that I don't see in many people. That stick to ness, that they will stick by a person. And I have to admit, I think the people that will sometimes stick by you the most are sometimes people that are somewhat toxic. So, having experienced different relationships, I think a little touch of something is not too bad. And I know some people will disagree with me, but I was with the woman that was calm, if she did get mad or something, it was more passive aggressive, and we would easily make up. Or did we make up? Did I think we made up and yet we didn't? And of course, now I know that women are always making that particular list of things that, oh, he did this wrong, he did this wrong, he did this wrong, I don't love him anymore. That type of stuff right there. Now I wish men was on that same type of time, but unfortunately we are not, unless if we are Chad or Tyrone or players just going through women, and we did not care for the woman in the first place. But the thing is, if we ever really cared about the woman, we will still have somewhat feelings for her. Not to say that that man will cheat on his current girlfriend or leave his current girlfriend for that woman, depending on how much he still cares about her. But I have to really think that men love harder than women, especially going taking myself, using myself as an example. I'm not saying that women can't love hard, but they tend to love hard those dudes that are taking them through the ringer. So as a dude, is almost like, I guess I have to take them through the ringer to a certain degree. There has to be some type of drama and stuff going on in order for her feelings to stay right there. And of course, the intimacy has got to be good. So that's it. Give me a like and subscribe. I really want this video to be short, but I always like to talk a bit because I don't want to just be copying and pasting somebody's video. I want to put my own thoughts down as well. So have a good day, and thanks for being here. And see my other videos.
I believe a man can love a woman unconditionally, but I don't think a woman can love a man unconditionally.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I beg to differ. I think it's the other way around.
No.
I think a woman can love a man unconditionally. And
Not
most men.
Not forever.
You don't think so?
No.
Damn.
No. I think when a man loves a woman for real, like, he'll love her forever. I believe a man can love a